Where's my script? Why do I have a script? Why don't I have a script? It has been such a long time, guys. Wow, a lot has happened over the last forever. So I'm gonna try and do this like as unscripted as possible. I only wrote down some bullet points to cover because I want to address this as humanly and naturally as possible. But to start off, before I jump into anything, I do want to acknowledge my inconsistent behavior on the channel. And by that, I don't necessarily mean like, oh, I'm sorry for not posting for a couple years. That's, for those who have been on the channel for a while, know that back in 2018, I actually posted a video about not posting for a while. That didn't exactly happen. About 4 months after that long pause of silence, I posted a video called Do What He Did. Then about, I think 10 months to a year after that, I posted another video. It was a music video. And then there's silence, and if you guys have been up with the channel recently, you'll know that I just recently posted a couple different movie reviews, which is something new I haven't done before. It's been super inconsistent, and there's a reason for all of it, I promise. And that's what I'm gonna explain now from A to Z in a nice, just. Okay, take a pause. Let's rewind all the way back to December of 2018, which was about 2 years ago from now. This is when I got my mission call. I made a whole video about it. That was again in the Goodbye YouTube video. I got my call to California Arcadia mission. Between the time that I got my call and I actually left on my mission, a few things happened. First off, Christian left on his mission. He was around in Paper Melon for quite a while, and as a matter of fact, he's currently back in Florida. The point is he left on his mission. That brought me up until January of 2019, where I left to serve a mission, full-time mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which I did. And there's a lot of stories behind all the things that I was able to do there. It was a hard experience. There was a lot of just experience packed into that. I didn't love every moment of it, but that's the point, is you grow from what you learned there. But there were some experiences on my mission that definitely were unprecedented that I certainly didn't expect myself, and that's where you see some of the inconsistencies pop up on the channel. Now, as a full-time missionary, typically you don't touch social media devices, cameras for 2 years. You drop your hobbies, you drop everything to go, and you go to serve the community, serve other people, and you essentially just forget about yourself for those 2 years. And that's what I did, but I ended up being inspired to do that in different ways than I expected, which brought itself in the form of a music video. Kind of. So on my YouTube channel, I'm seeing that I posted the Do What He Did video, or the Serving Those Around Us kind of music video. I posted that in May, which was about 4 months after I left on my mission. This came up specifically because in California, where there's a lot of filming opportunities, a lot of really cool things that popped up, I made friends with a really awesome guy that was around there in the area, and he had a camera. And he let me use it to film a video that kind of resembled like an inspirational video that was meant to like help people and inspire them. And I got a lot of people involved in the area. And so what I did was I talked to a bunch of the people that we were talking to, trying to bring them closer to Jesus Christ, and I had them involved with the video. So you'll see a lot of those people in this video. I can think of like some of their names, which I'm smiling. Really cool experience. You know, it was a special opportunity that most missionaries that do what I do don't normally do. Okay, so looking here, it looked like it was about 7 more months after I filmed that original video and released it. There's about 7 months there where I just went about doing the more normal missionary work, you know, helping out the community, doing service and stuff like that. And that brought me to January of 2020. This year. Wow, weird, time flies. And that's when I got Nicholas Neal as my new partner, or my new companion. He's a professional singer. He sang in the One Voice Children's Choir. He's got amazing talent in that. I mean, half the time he sounds pitch perfect. We both felt inspired to do another music video. Kind of similar to the one that we did before. We didn't have an idea specifically of what we wanted to do. We just knew that we wanted to involve the children because there was a lot of innocence there and a lot of beauty in the purity of children, and how we can take an example from them and apply that to our lives as adults. So we decided to get them involved. There was a song that me and my older brother Jacob, that I featured in my videos way back, that we had made years and years ago, but we never recorded the vocals to it. And so as weird as it was, the chain of events were definitely pretty wild, but Nicholas Neal ended up singing in the song. We had a friend in California who was a musician who composed some of the music for some of the Pixar shorts that we know. He allowed us to record in a studio to record Nicholas Neal's vocals to this track that my brother and I had written and made years and years ago. And so weird chain of events for sure. We finished recording the song and we spent between December till March non-stop working, grinding, filming for this video, this music video. And the goal was to get together as many denominations and different religions from around the city of Pasadena in California that we could to sing this song together. And we ended up doing that in a few ways. If you watch the video, you'll see, of course, we got the crowd together. There's a lot of different religions and organizations there. We got people from all around the world to do it. It was a huge feat. It was amazing. It was nothing short of a miracle from God that it all came together. And I still am very close with most of the people in that video today. That took place from January to March. We filmed that video and we released it, as I'm looking here, this will recognize my face. We released this March 1st on my channel. And everything just kind of turned out. Nick Neal, he sang in the One Voice Children's Choir and he was able to contact them and get them to sing in the song, which they're an incredible children's group. If you ever get the chance to look at them on YouTube, I definitely recommend it. Now, after this took place, I was moved to a new area that was called Sunland with a new partner. It was a really good experience, but that's when coronavirus really started to hit. We were in our apartments, and when coronavirus really hit, the West Coast got the main impact of it just because of everything crazy. You know how on fire the West Coast can be, literally and figuratively. But our mission president, who's the leader of all the missionaries that were like me in the area, he told us all that we had to stay in our apartments, basically go on lockdown, because that's what the state was directing and we wanted to follow state law. And so as missionaries, our full purpose is to go out and talk to people outside. So we were kind of stuck inside just making phone calls. Things got pretty crazy there, and eventually I was given the opportunity to come home, and I felt that it was right for me. And so I took the opportunity and I came back home to Florida. Now in Florida, I was definitely a little shell-shocked and a little surprised. I was expecting to serve all the way until January of next year, actually. So I was about 15 months into my mission and I had 2 years. Not to go, I had like 7-8 months to go. This is a long-winded way of leading up to the most important part of this, because a lot's happened. In high school, I dated a girl named Kate for several years, and I met her when I was 14 years old, and she experienced the same thing that I did on her mission, where a lot of missionaries were coming home, and we were both living in Florida now. Essentially, I went on a few dates with her, and we decided when the time was right that we should set a date to get married. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my beautiful new wife. This is Kate.
We got married in July of 2020 this year.
So it's been a few months now. What is it?
It's October.
It's almost November now.
Almost November.
I think it's gonna be November by the time this video's out.
Yeah.
So we went on our honeymoon, and from there things have just gotten crazier. We lived in Florida. We both grew up there our entire lives. We decided, because we had to decide somewhere for her to go to school and for me to go to school. And so we felt that going to BYU Idaho is best, which happens to be in Idaho, you guessed it. And basically right after our honeymoon, we moved all the way out here to Idaho, which is super far from Florida. We drove in a minivan all the way up here.
Yep. So now we live in Idaho, and I'm going to school for nursing. I haven't gotten into the nursing program yet. I just started school because, like Jared mentioned earlier, we both went on missions right out of high school. So I am just doing prerequisites for nursing school.
That brings us to where we're at now. We're not in Florida anymore. I'm not single anymore. And I haven't really been on camera for years. Kate's been on camera. She was on camera. It was my goodbye YouTube video. Roll the clip. She made a brief appearance in that. It was quick enough. Most people at that point didn't even know I was dating anybody.
I don't even remember that video.
Yeah. This has been a chance to kind of reboot everything from the ground up. You guys can kind of see that here. We're living in our own apartment now. Most importantly, we figured out what I'm going to do with this channel. And it's been a huge part of my life ever since I was 16 years old, and that's not gonna stop anytime soon. But I wanted to take this as like a chance to reboot, so to speak. I mean it in the sense of doing things that I've always wanted to do in the past, but I've never really had the resources to. So now I am. So at this point, the important thing is that with Paper Melon, I have a lot of goals in mind, and they're ones that I've wanted to accomplish for a while. Now, that does actually bring up the point of Christian as well, who, if you guys have watched the channel for a while, you know that he's been with Paper Melon for a while. He's in most videos that I was in before my mission, and he's currently still in Florida. And he's currently deciding whether he should come up here to Idaho or stay there in Florida for school. So what we really need is people in the comments telling Christian that he's got to decide to come here, because if you're not, let's admit it, he's kind of a loser. Yeah, petition hashtag Christian come to Idaho for BYU schooling. Post something in the comments. He reads the comments, he'll see it. Hashtag Christian come back to come to Christian come Idaho. Hashtag don't stay in Florida, because that would be lame. Now, none of this really answers the question of why have I been so silent about what's been going on? Why is it just now, 2 years after the Goodbye YouTube video, that I'm explaining what the heck's been going on? My philosophy and my concept with this channel has always been to do something to the best of my ability. In 2016, the best of my ability meant grabbing my mom's camcorder, flicking it on, and talking in front of the camera with doing an origami tutorial.
Have I worn this jacket before? I feel like I've worn this jacket in another one of my videos.
Almost in 2021, that now means to do what I have always wanted to do at the highest quality possible. Paper Melon has so much ahead. I know this is all really vague about Paper Melon's future plans, but the good news is you're gonna see it really soon. And by really soon, I mean in the next week. The things that you're gonna start seeing are gonna be the type of things that I've always wanted to do. I'm so proud of everything that I've been able to build here and that Kate has helped me to build. A good way to wrap up all of this is just to say, I'm going. It's on a move on. It has been for several months now, and I've never been so excited for this in my life. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Paper Melon. This is the new Paper Melon, and something tells me that this is both for those revisiting subscribers that are watching this right now who have been there for a while, and for the people who are seeing me for the first time. This is gonna be a really awesome journey, and I am so excited to have you along for it. And that was a little longer than I wanted it to be. I'm gonna go eat a piece of bread. See you later, guys.